Well, hello London, and welcome to Tableau on Tour 2014. So thank you so much for joining us here. We are delighted to see so many people in the room. And everybody in the room is here for one primary reason: to celebrate the power of data. Now, the Tableau team has been traveling extensively over the last few months. We've taken our conference on tour. We've brought it closer to you, to our customers and our partners, to where you discover your insights and where you make your data breakthroughs. So we've been performing gigs in Sydney, in The Hague, and in Munich. And now the tour bus has been packed up. The roadies have dragged everything up to London for our biggest on-tour venue of the year. In September, the circus moves on again, going to Seattle, where we expect to welcome 7,000 people from around the world at the Tableau Global Conference. Now, in Munich, we were excited because we drank beer. In fact, we went to a beer cellar, which was fun. We got excited about steins, and we had the odd barrel. But now we're in London, so we have to go one better. So here, we've got a whole flipping brewery to get excited about. Now, this Tableau conference on tour is just a further sign of Tableau's total commitment to the European market. Thanks to you and your support and your belief and your enthusiasm for Tableau's technology, we have enjoyed an extraordinary last 12 months here at Tableau in Europe. You've enabled us to dramatically increase our investment in opening new offices, in hiring many, many more staff, and further broadening our partner ecosystem. This Tableau European family that we're all a part of is expanding, and it's expanding fast. In fact, there's such a buzz about Tableau here in Europe right now that our co-founder and Chief Executive Officer, Christian Chabot, has just recently announced that he himself will be moving to London. So next month, Christian arrives here in London. He'll be bringing his whole family over, and we'll be spending at least a year in London to get closer to our business here and closer to you, our Tableau customers, our Tableau partners, and our Tableau champions. And I, for one, am really excited to have Christian over here in London, and I think it'll be fantastic for all of us. Now, these events are only possible through the generous support and contributions of our sponsors. They say that you can judge a man by the company he keeps. And I, for one, am proud to be associated with the great companies that are sponsoring this event, all of them leaders in the world of data in their own right. So I'd like to express thanks to Alteryx, our gold sponsor, to our silver sponsor, Interworks, Information Lab, MarkLogic, and Teradata. They and other partners that we have will be exhibiting in the King George III area. So please take time over the next few days to meet them, to talk to them, to understand how their technologies and services offerings can add even more value to your investment in Tableau. And right now, please join me in thanking them for their generous support for this event. You know, one of the things I love about these events, and actually about the Tableau community as a whole, is the sheer diversity of people that make up the family. You know, most vendor conferences that you go to attract a specific sort of person. But if you look around you, you'll see an amazing mix of different people here. People from the world of education, from healthcare, from retail and from public sector, from charities, from financial services, and a whole host of other industries. You will bump into people that work in small businesses, as well as representatives from some of the largest enterprises on the planet. You will rub shoulders with people that have huge IT infrastructure at their disposal, but also people that have virtually no IT resources at all. But regardless of the sector that we're in, the size of our balance sheet, or indeed the sophistication of our IT resources, what unites everybody in the room is that we all understand the extraordinary value that we can deliver to our own businesses through the rapid-fire visual analytics capability of Tableau. And another thing I find extraordinary is, and in my experience, unique, is that when we ask you, our customers, to talk to us and describe Tableau, you don't talk to us about features and benefits. You talk about joy. You talk about speed. You talk about freedom. And I think that's because Tableau has been designed to support the way great thinking happens. And when great thinking happens, we do get a sense of joy. And that is why our mission at Tableau is to help people see and understand data. Now, it's a simple mission, but equally, it is quite profound. And it is this mission that creates the unique fire that I hope you see in every Tableau employee that you meet. Now, we as Tableau employees are constantly delighted and inspired by the insights that you find across an incredibly wide range of topics. So if you were to spend a few minutes, as I hope many of you do and will, on Tableau Public, you'll find fascinating insights across topics as diverse as the London housing crisis, transport problems, scientific research, medicine, politics, economics, equity markets, and a whole range of other topics. But a large amount of Tableau Public is reserved for the big topic, the topic of gravity and importance that none of us can ignore, that touches each and every one of us every day. I refer, of course, to sport. And of course, there's been one particular sport that I, for one, over the last few weeks, have been particularly focused on. It's a sport where, I have to say, our German friends continue to excel. It's a sport in which even the United States of America has developed a more enviable record than England. I refer, of course, to the king of all sports, cup stacking. Now, I am hoping that everybody in the room is intimately familiar with the extraordinary sport of cup stacking. I see a few nodding heads, but a few blank looks. Let me help. Cup stacking is a sport where the competitors stack plastic cups, and then they take them down again. It's not making much sense. Let me show you cup stacking. How good is that? You can keep your football. So this viz, which is one of the recent Viz of the Day winners and created by Paul Banoob of UBS, who I know is in the audience today, So thank you for letting me use this, Paul. What this shows is on the top right-hand corner, these are the times to complete the challenge plotted against age. And what this shows is that by the age of 14, you're over the hill in cup stacking terms. This is a young man's sport. What it also shows in the bottom right-hand side here is the world dominators of cup stacking. And if I zoom in on that, you will see that the Germans and the Americans perform considerably better than the English. I guess the English team probably took an early flight home from the cup stacking World Cup. It'll also not surprise you to hear that the crowd went delirious when I put this slide up in Munich. They were dancing in the aisles with excitement as they are wont to do. But more seriously, these visualizations inspire us every day. This is all part of a new world of data visualization in which everybody in the room is a pioneer. You're working with your data to transform your teams and your organizations using the power of visual data analytics. You've moved from a world of static PowerPoint to a new era of rich interactive visualizations where anybody can explore even complex questions and find answers straight away. And we talk about this as thinking with data. Now, it's not new, it's merely the way that we think. But strangely, empowering people to think with data has proven a tough challenge for the traditional BI industry. I mean, old BI tools forced you to be linear and to be passive, to think along predefined paths. You had a question, you raised a request, a report was built and returned to you, which inevitably led to a further question, a further request, a further wait, and a further report, and so on. And days could turn into weeks until you got the complete picture of the question you were seeking to solve. It was slow, and it was frustrating. But with Tableau, it's not like that. With Tableau, you can explore. You can keep asking questions. You can solve problems. You can deduce. You can discover, all in a fast and intuitive way. In the way that we think. And this is the new BI world that together with you, we're building today. We believe that wherever there is data, there's a need to analyze, to visualize, and to share. We believe that we're in the midst of a revolution in business intelligence, and you, armed with Tableau, are revolutionizing the BI world. So you ask, how goes the revolution? Well, in February, Gartner published their latest Magic Quadrant for BI and analytics platforms. And to me, what this viz, which I have to say is one of my favorite vizes, says, is that the revolution has got some momentum. There is a new world order emerging, and we are excited and flattered by our position in this chart. Dan Summer, who is the architect of the quadrant and of the report, says data discovery is increasingly the new normal. And in Dan's most recent publication, which is a market share analysis of BI and analytics software, Dan states, Tableau is a disruptive force in the space right now, and it is increasingly seen as the benchmark to emulate for self-service agile data discovery. And it is this disruptive approach that fuels our desire to empower people like you and me to explore, to analyze, to discover, and to share data stories at the speed of thought. And to deliver on that vision requires endless innovation and constant investment. innovation and investment that is encapsulated in our latest release of software. Tableau 8.2, a new release that came out just a few weeks ago, simply bursting at the seams with exciting new features, including story points, and for the first time running natively on the Mac.